Okay, hi guys, welcome to week 6. All right, so in week 6, we have a lot of very interesting things that are going to start to bring things together so that we can start applying all of the concepts and basic principles we've learned consistently in our design work as we move forward in our design careers. So, what I want to do is I want to go through this announcement real quick, then we'll go through some of the attributes in the class and we'll take a look at the assignments that are coming up. So basically, so far we've studied typography and layout, and we've really been looking at basic yet very effective techniques to improve page harmony and consistency. What we're going to do this week is and after looking at basic elements and rules of compositional layout, and then looking at basic principles of typography and the basic use of color, we bring these all together, and now we're going to start employing them in what are called style sheets. Style sheets are basically ways that you can save preferences in any individual text or image or table selection so that you can apply those attributes as we move further into the document when you start applying further text, images, or tables and charts. So for instance, if you design the way that an image looks with the text wrap and a drop shadow or whatever, you set those as styles. That way, further in the publication, when you want to add an image, you just click that predefined style and boom, it formats itself according to the definitive parameters set within that style. Style sheets are of paramount importance in your successful use of InDesign, specifically when we start getting to multi-page documents. Now, think about this. All right, so far we've been using very limited pages, basically 2 pages in but 6 panels in our trifold brochure, right? We're going to move on to multi-page documenting. And as you can see, the importance of, in multi-page document, the importance of setting up style sheets as they relate to the consistent presentation of type, tables, and images in any given document. So in this announcement here, we've kind of described that and kind of described what design styles are. And we come down here, this image right here, this is a tutorial on basic style sheets. So take a look at that. Then we come down here and we see our class lectures indicate 4 areas for style sheets. Those are character styles, paragraph styles, object styles, and cell or table styles. Note that the presentation in the classroom presents us in a different order. They start with paragraph styles. I've started with character styles because I think it's easier to understand how to develop a style based on an individual character or word, and then work widening our scope to paragraphs, objects, then finally cells and tables. So character styles here, so let's take a look at this. Individual words, we would say, for character styles, rather than whole paragraphs. You can also assign character styles to, let's say, a caption. So if you have your captions, you set up character styles, set it up as a particular font size, maybe set it up to oblique or italic, etc. So that every time you apply a caption to an image, you just click that character style, and it will apply those attributes to that actual selection. Then paragraph styles are for the main formatting. Most of your styles are going to consist of paragraph styles, and that basically defines the attributes of your body copy in any given document. So there's video tutorials on these. Okay, and then there's also the tutorials in the class, and then also this tutorial here. And so there's enough here really to wet your whistle on how to establish the meaning of styles, why we use styles, and how to establish, define and establish styles. Then finally, we have cell and table styles, and basically that's pretty self-explanatory. So if we're including any tables in our document, let's say you have a scientific document or something that requires tables, right? And there's 6 or 7 tables in a 12-page document. You want to format those tables so that each table has the exact same attributes, ensuring a high degree of consistency in the presentation. Okay, and then we've got week 6 learning outcomes, week 6 tasks, and of course our week 6 deliverables, and due dates. At this point, I want to jump over to the course lectures so we can go over week 6. Okay, week 6 overview, pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to go ahead and look at that, but week 6 presentation, this is a good one, guys. And please use this, and the information in the announcements that I have created, this announcement is not meant to replace the class lecture. Rather, it's meant to supplement the class lecture. So please be sure that you take a look at this. As a matter of fact, I would recommend that you read this lecture first, then go back to this announcement and start looking at those videos individually. It might warrant going through these things 2, 3, maybe even 4 times. Style sheets are, establishing styles in InDesign is one of the foundational cornerstones in all of multi-page layout design. So it's imperative that you learn how to use styles in InDesign. Okay, that's week 6 presentation. Let's jump back over here and let's go to, okay, week 6, project 2, part 3. That's our final for our trifold, guys. So we've got a critique for that. So listen, I would say, since this is a final, I would say it would probably be a really good idea for you to post this as early as possible in the week so that I can get you comments. Now, those of you who have noticed this, as I typically am out of the studio on Saturdays. So if something is due Friday and I don't get to it Saturday, I'll get to it Sunday morning, which means you need to apply those changes for Sunday's submission. Feasible, right? But it probably would be better for you to submit early. And I'm going to try like heck to get in Saturday and provide pertinent feedback. But if you post early before Friday, you'll get ample feedback for which to apply to your final submission for our project 2 final. And that's, again, the final for the trifold brochure. Now listen, trifold brochure is tricky, guys. And in my videos, you've looked at your video for your submission for your mock-up for your trifold brochure. Be sure to go through those critiques and look at several videos from your classmates, because for sure there's going to be things in those videos that are pertinent to your final presentation too. And since this is a delivery of a final project for this week, I'm sorry, a final assignment, go ahead and let me know if you have any questions. Please get with me quickly and soon in the week so that we can put to rest any kind of clarifications needed or any kind of any confusion therein. Okay, so again, just to summarize that, please try to post your critique for the final project 2 as early in the week as possible so we can get feedback to you quickly so you can apply that for Sunday's final submission. Okay, as you notice, we also introduce our project 3 in the class. And the project 3 is a multi-page, 12-page booklet. And let's go ahead and jump over to the planning and sketches stage for project 3. And let's go ahead and open that right now. And in that particular page, you'll see the parameters for our project 3, which again is a 12-page 12-page booklet. You know, I'm sorry about this, but it seems like it is a 12-page booklet, but it doesn't say that in this project 3, part 1, planning and sketches. First part assignment is choose a medium of support, place of support, interest, and choose an individual. But if you move down here, we see right here is the 12-pager. So it's a multi-page document, guys. Right here as well. One full set of your 12-page design. So it's a 12-page, multi-page brochure, basically that's showing your chosen artist or designer that inspires you. So it's a presentation of a designer that inspires you. These are your parameters for areas of that you can choose your designer from. So then what you're going to do, okay, so you're going to choose your designer that inspires you. Okay, then you're going to start your sketches. You're going to sketch out potential design possibilities. Note your page orientation and dimensions. Now, you guys have heard me say this before, but when you sketch, try to sketch in scale. So if your pages are 8.5 by 11 and they're double spread, then of course that would be it, 11 by 17, right? With a line in the middle, so indicating the center fold. So please sketch accordingly. Your booklet will be designed and printed in this final project. When printed, the poster will consist of 4 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper that will be folded and saddle stitched and stapled. Look at this. You'll really have to concentrate on this because this will define how this works. So what I would recommend is to take a piece of paper, your 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and fold them. You'll have 3 of these folded. Okay, this indicates 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side, right? So take 3 of these and fold them in half like this. Okay, put them all together, and I would mark page 1, cover, page 2, inside cover, page 3, so that you can see how these will be oriented when you place them together, what pages will align with what pages, etc. So run your manual tests before you get started with your sketches so you can see how this will work. But when you sketch, you're just going to be sketching how we see the spreads, okay? But what I'm saying here is just to get an idea of production, take your 3 8.5 by 11s, fold them in half, put them together so they all fold in the center, and kind of page through it like this so you can see how these pages work with one another. And of course, consider the gutter and the center margins as well as the outside margins. Okay, break the content into sections. So this is really great for you guys because this gives you an exact formula. So this really takes a lot of the planning out of this so you can concentrate on formatting. So page 1 is the front cover, including the artist's name and credit. Page 2 and 3, page 4 and 5, 6 and 7, and the back cover accordingly. So please follow these and make sure that you're depicting these to a high degree in your sketches. Appropriate imagery, color themes. Don't forget Adobe Cooler. If you guys aren't using it, you're really, really doing yourself a disservice as a design student. Adobe Cooler is fantastic. So please, please go ahead and get in there and take those tutorials in the announcements area looking at Adobe Cooler. Fonts, everything we've learned about fonts, including interesting mixing fonts together, combining fonts for interesting outcomes. So your sketches, you'll be a full set of sketches. So you're going to sketch out the entire booklet. And like I said, you've got this format to follow, so that's fantastic. Okay, so then part 3, you're going to prepare your design document, your prep document. And here are the parameters therein. Okay, so I'm pushing 13 minutes, so I'm going to cut this short. And please let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns regarding this week. This week is a very, very, very important week. There's a lot to do, guys. We've got to finish the trifold brochure, submit for critique, get that in early, get your comments applied for your final submission, begin work on the final project, project 3. And your planning and sketches stages. I'm sorry, your planning and sketches stage. And then, of course, you've got the week's presentations, etc., as well as your responses to your classmates for both critiques. There's a lot to do this week, guys. I mean, it's a really, really busy week. So I just want to forewarn you, there's a lot to do. So plan accordingly, okay? And again, I really implore you to get those the critique work in early so that you can apply that for final submission for the trifold coming up Sunday. All right, guys, I know I've given you a lot here, so you might have to go through this video twice, but please do so if necessary, as this is a very important week. And the most important thing, of course, as usual, is to get with me immediately if you have any questions or need further clarification. All right, everybody, great. Let's go. Welcome to week 6. I'll see you guys in critique board. Thank you.